Hi everyone, welcome to Viewers Drive and Fail 41. In this clip, my viewer produces one of the best reactions and saves I've ever seen on any clip. Putting their car into reverse that quickly and moving back absolutely stopped a collision.
Unbelievable.
Totally agree with you, mate. You did brilliantly. This video is sponsored by Car Vertical. The first part of this clip belongs on a different dashcam channel. I don't think the car emerging caused that much of a problem. That must have been before my viewer heard me say make things a non-event. Anyway, back to the main problem. It's these two vans up ahead and they overtake the lorry at a terrible time.
What the fuck is that van doing? You're shitting. Onto double white lines, round the blind bend on a hill.
Some of you out there may recognise this road. It's very close to where I live and it's constantly featured on the channel. My viewer picked this up though, and after this jump forward, it's the van coming the other way. Are they on the phone?
Jesus Christ!
We'll never actually know, but it's more than likely the case, and it also shows you just how dangerous using your phone can be. My viewers join in the M5, and they have a problem emerging, and this is quite a controversial topic. A lot of people say that the people joining from the slip road have got to do everything to fit in, and the people on the main carriageway don't have to do anything. I disagree. Try and help the flow, and it's best for everyone.
Would you give me a base road? If you could, okay, cool. Just tailgate extremely.
Where do you stand on this subject? Let us know in the comments. For me, it takes 2 moments just to knock your cruise control off if you're driving a heavy and let someone in. Don't forget how difficult it is for you to get in spaces sometimes. Buying a car is often a large financial commitment, so any further information that's going to help you put your mind at rest has got to be good, right? Well, that's where today's video sponsor Car Vertical comes in. Car Vertical is a service that provides vehicle history checks in more than 25 countries. They get data from many different sources and databases and then show it in one simple report. Their main goal is to help used car buyers avoid dishonest dealers, unwanted repair costs and find out the true history of a car. Have a look at this report of this BMW M3. Straight from the off, the Car Vertical website shows that it's been damaged. So let's have a look at this car's history. Its first MOT was failed because of excessive play in a ball joint, which on its own might not be a big problem, especially with the state of UK roads, but the subsequent MOTs do paint a picture of how this vehicle was looked after. Remember, this vehicle has also been in an accident, and actually it was written off towards the end of 2019, and in fact it's also a Category B, which means it shouldn't be repaired. How would you find out this information if it wasn't for Car Vertical? The report was also able to provide many photos of exactly what the accident damage was like. And quite obviously, this information would help you decide whether or not that this was the right car that you wanted to purchase. All the links are going to be in the description, and if you use the code Ashley at the checkout, you're going to be saving yourself a further 10% on making sure your next potential purchase is the right one. You can tell from the start of this clip that this driver in front of the black car does not want to be behind the learner further up. I think they try to go in the left lane, which is the left turner, so they don't have to follow. But the learner gets off first, so they reluctantly tuck him behind. But look how close they're following. This can put novice drivers off massively.
Are you absolutely insane?
And it's no different than pressurising a young child to cross the road. But the ironic thing is the learner driver seems to be doing a great job. They're holding back as there's a cyclist a bit further up, and it's only a 20 limit, not to mention it's a busy shopping area. Even at the next set of lights, the learner driver isn't pressured to go too close to the cyclist. They take up a good position, but still the car behind wants to get past. And all this, even when the lights further up are still on red. It wouldn't have got them far anyway. And even when the lights change, the black car that's following still continues to tailgate, even though the learner driver's only slowing down for the parked lorry and the cars coming past. Again, the learner driver drives impeccably. Would the driver of this black car have done this to a police car? Obviously not. This is quite an interesting clip, and there's a little bit more to it than I originally thought. My viewer gets overtaken by 3 scooter riders. But look at the position of the second 2. That's definitely something dodgy going on there, and the Deliveroo rider has sussed it. They get out of there. I know in certain parts of the country there's big crime problems with people riding scooters like this. Keep yourself aware and give yourself options. Here's some more scooters, but this time there's nothing untoward. It's just a terrible bit of riding. Look at the one on the right and how little they look to the right doing this mini roundabout. Asking yourself, have they seen me, is an important question.
Oh! You absolute muppet! I thought, oh my god, is he going to stop? Is he going to stop? No, he's not. No.
I thought my viewer dealt with this terrible pull-out and piece of driving brilliantly. You should always try and emerge without making anyone slow down, stop, swerve or swear. Remember the 4 S's. This is a terrible overtake by the van.
Manual recording will now start.
And they haven't finished yet. I know the van's higher, but look how little my viewer can see when they reach the same point as the van started their overtake. About now. I generally don't feature loads of red light runners, but I do get sent in hundreds, and this behaviour is lethal. Let me know in the comments how easy it is to report people and incidents like this to your local police force. My viewer's approaching a roundabout, and I think they do a very good job of spotting they haven't been seen.
What the hell? What are you doing?
That's some terrible driving. I often go on about picking up on the clues, and this one's pretty obvious. Where does that white Range Rover in front really want to go? In situations like this, just give them space, because they're liable to do anything. But I must admit, I wasn't expecting this when I first saw the clip.
He's gonna try going straight. I know he is.
Nah, he's going left. I still feel I need to keep showing clips of this nature to remind people this is the correct course of action. You should, if possible, if it's safe, give way to pedestrians who wish to cross at the exit to a roundabout. My viewer does a good job, and the car shouldn't beep. Don't forget this rule is should, so you need to assess the risks all around before deciding. This clip's from Liverpool, and my viewer does a nice thing and holds back and lets the van across because there's a queue up ahead. But he says thanks with his phone in his hand.
Phone in his hand? Waving to us with his phone?
A number of these vehicles emerging do it poorly, but my viewer does need to drive with a little bit different mentality.
Big hell.
Try and always ask yourself the question, have they seen me? But my viewer in this clip uses that mentality brilliantly, and it keeps them safe. That other driver was just target fixated at the roadworks. My viewer gives themselves a moment. I'm sure their heart was beating. But going back to that mentality for a second of you haven't been seen. It's so important because there's so many unattentive drivers and riders out there. And when they're met by someone who just cares about priority, that's how accidents happen. Keep safe everyone, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.